Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the GMR Podcast. You can hear
my third podcast.
Yes, but you can hear this loud and clear and everything. All right.
Yeah.
So we're back.
I'm back.
We're all back. It's been
a while, Ray.
Too long.
It's been a while.
Missed you, man.
Yeah,
We've missed you.
It's been about a month.
We missed you at the movies last
I was
week.
abroad.
One of these days I'll have to tell
Oh,
you.
the movies. So that is where we left off. When you last heard us, we were going to the all-night Screamorama, which we survived.
That's right.
Which
Brady
I,
is not here to talk about it, but he did survive as well.
which I did not attend.
And it turns out this band that Steve-O, my drummer Steve-O's in, he's drumming for these guys called Freedom Assault. Their guitar player.
Freedom of Salt?
Travis plays guitar, right?
Yeah, Travis is the guitar player and singer.
Not Freedom of Pepper, but Freedom
No.
of Salt?
No, we're called Freedom of Salt.
Oh.
Freedom of Salt would be totally like more of a Ween stuff project. Probably.
You're free to use the salt.
Yeah, and then my friend Rob on bass, or actually Travis's friend Rob, but we become good friends as well.
I was just going to say, I think Rob likes you too.
Yeah, right on. And I am Steve-O. I'm a guest
Oh, yeah,
here
first
on the show
appearance.
with you guys. This is my first appearance here with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Not Steve-O from Jackass, but
No.
Anyway, the
Tucson
moral of
is
that
very
story,
Tucson
the
Steve-O.
moral of that story is that Travis and his wife, I believe, were also there that night, and they survived.
Oh, they survived as well.
It's
That
funny.
he's apparently he recognized me. Who wouldn't recognize me? But you know how it is that place. You know you're just lucky you survived. I almost killed myself during the last movie.
Oh, that's right. You fell on...
Oh, it was
What
horrible.
happened? What happened, Gene?
All right, what movie was that?
We-
Creep Show. Creep Show was playing,
Yeah.
and I've seen that movie like
A million times.
a million times. So I thought, oh, this would be a good time to go grab a quick smoke, right? So I go out there, but by this time the sun has come up, and I had not real. It's like that note. It's like that note that Robert's that
When
weird
the
old
sun
lady.
is up,
When
yeah.
the sun is up, maybe she was a prophet. Anyway, I went out there. The sun was up. I was disoriented. I'd been up all night, you know. And then I went back in and I tripped on the carpet right by the front door. Bam!
Ah,
Hit hard, square on
knees.
both knees. Square on both knees. Took
Not
out.
good.
Nobody saw this. We're in the theater, probably asleep.
Nobody with the crew who was working there,
Oh,
and they were just like freaked out, right? Yeah, somebody helped me up, and I was like, "Oh, I don't need help," but I did need help because my knees were really.
That's
I
why he
don't-
took that ibuprofen.
My knees were really trash.
I don't mean to laugh, Gene, but it's pretty funny.
No,
You can laugh now.
Yeah.
And then later that day, I was supposed to go help JJ set up a show, and my knees were just so trash. And then here's another funny part of that story. So when you dropped me off after that downtown,
Oh, yeah, that was about noon or
Mark
something.
Brady was still there. And here's
Oh, really?
Here's a question: were you able to get your keys out of your car when you got home?
I'm sure at some point. I don't remember.
you don't
you know.
remember. Well, you don't like to
It's
think
not-
about
That
that
hasn't
stuff.
happened since I got back.
Well, that's good.
I think the trick is, now I've said this before, but I think the trick is if the front wheels are on a flat surface, as long as they're not tilted,
Yeah.
the key will come out. Because when I park on a tilt, an up or down, the car doesn't realize it's in park and it won't release the keys. So.
Okay, so I got a question for Marty and Gene. What was the best movie of the night?
that's a good.
You go ahead, Marty.
Well,
Because I didn't even know.
what all did
I
we
didn't know
watch?
the best. That's the one I want to hear.
What was the first movie?
What was the first? See, I had
The
all
first
this.
movie was My Bloody Valentine.
Yes,
That was
yes.
entertaining. Then Dead Alive. The crowd liked that. Christine.
Christine.
Probably because there's a new one coming up.
Oh, and then Wreck we left because we couldn't watch it. It was too weird. And Mark watched that one though. He
It
said
was
Represent-
that was
the
that was
subtitled one.
that
Short for
was
record.
that was Travis's favorite
a
movie.
Spanish,
That's the one he enjoyed
European
the most.
horror
It was
film.
It was in Portuguese,
And then the Manitou.
and it was all subtitled. I think I like Manitou the best.
Manitou was interesting.
I remember
just
seeing that
because it was
on PBS in the
weird
70s.
Yeah.
and stupid in 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that
And
movie freaked me out in the 70s.
by then, the peanut gallery had pretty much shut up.
Yeah, they
Like
weren't
those
riffing.
first 3
They
or 4
couldn't riff
movies, they were
Wreck.
just like, well, blah, blah, blah.
But once Wreck came out,
Oh,
they
yeah.
weren't talking back to the movie anymore. 'Cause it's like, how are you going to riff a subtitled movie? That's all shaky cam.
Thank God.
That's when me and Marty
That was
stood in the
good.
parking lot for like
About an hour.
an
But-
hour. Just,
But I have read
just like-
reviews where they say Quarantine is a better remake or record, and I'm like,
Well, I want to watch it, but at 4 a.m, that was too much for me. It was triggering my motion sickness, and I couldn't focus on the subtitles at that point.
no, I just walked
so
out.
I had to just
As
go
soon
well, I
as
think
inside.
it's easier for me because I know what they're speaking.
you can
so-
speak Portuguese.
No Spanish.
It's
I thought it was
Portuguese.
Spanish,
That's
yeah.
no,
Spanish.
it was Portuguese. I was pretty sure.
Well, if he knows what they're saying, then either Ray knows Portuguese and he's not
No, I
telling
don't.
us.
It was Spanish, but it's not Mexican Spanish. It's Spain Spanish. There's a difference.
Like what they teach you at
Like
school and
Portuguese.
stuff.
yeah.
Gene, it all comes
Oh.
back. Gene's just
I would like to watch it on like on my
Oh, they're
iPod.
great movies. It's
Mm-hmm.
a trilogy. The third one came out last summer, and I saw it 2 months ago.
Oh.
Great.
But it'd be hard to read all that text on my iPod, so I don't even know
Oh,
that I
yeah,
ever
you'd
want
be
to
all
see that movie. But I could freeze it. And read it.
So how's your iPod coming along, Gene? I haven't even asked.
The original one I immediately lost on Super Bowl Sunday. So, but luckily
Isn't it in the couch?
No, well, they searched the couch and there are too many.
So
too many.
you found it?
No, but I got another one, a better one, that I bought off this kid named Shadow for $20 because it won't hold a charge. The battery won't hold a charge.
See,
But
you can get a new battery for like $60. I read.
What's gonna happen 4 weeks from now, Gene? You're gonna come across a third one.
wow.
Because I gone through 7, 8.
Oh, at least. We used to have an iPod graveyard where all the dead ones were.
Yeah.
I just want to get a battery for the one I have, man. Like I'm totally.
You can do that for him, right?
Well, you got to you send it to them, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they send it. They'll mail it right back to you. But because they got to
the
open
other
it up.
day, I was like playing so much freaking solitaire. When I went to sleep, all I could see were cards.
Oh,
in
you're
my
playing
hand.
the little games
yeah,
on
it
the.
is-
But don't
drives
you
you
sleep
crazy.
better? Don't when your mind is like think because what?
Because you dream you're on the Monopoly
Oh
board.
yeah, I
right?
dream about NFL stats.
I've been sleeping pretty
good.
good, but then again, I'm off the heroin, so
Oh yeah, and I'm off of the alcohol, so.
it probably helps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking right now,
Ah.
but don't let that be a trigger for you, Ray.
No, believe me, there's worse triggers. You guys just don't know.
Don't see Ray again for 3 weeks.
It's not texting.
Hey.
Right?
What's that?
Texting's not one of them.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, so Vicky's singing in our band now. That's pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah, things have really gotten weird
Things
since you
have
left,
changed
dude.
a lot.
Oh, you moved, Ray?
Yeah. We'll talk later, Gene.
Okay, okay. Not all things.
Not
should
for
be spoken of.
podcast people's ears only.
And this should be the first podcast that goes on to iTunes.
Oh wow!
From us, so.
And still our power grows.
That's right.
I didn't bring my
With the
iPod. to put the
RSS
new one
feed.
on.
Oh, the new one from a month ago.
Oh yeah, then
But you
I
still
need that
haven't
one
heard that.
too.
You haven't
I need
heard that
one.
yet either.
No. Anyway, I definitely need Tell 'em Steve
Yeah, the
Dave.
new ones.
I need I Sell Comics.
Secret Stash.
I need all that shit. I need Comic Book Men. I need to catch up, man. So, yeah, well, that's a pretty interesting part of the show.
I like Trailer Park Boys too. You guys ever seen Trailer Park Boys? Oh man, you really have to check it out. It's funny. I mean,
You're gonna have to.
7 seasons.
You should talk really loud, Steve, if you really
Trailer
want.
Park Boys.
Well, somebody got to at least point the mic.
No,
I'll point
I'm
it
not
to
going to do that. So,
'cause I'm sure he can't hear him.
Oh, all I was saying is I really like the show Trailer Park Boys. Like 7 seasons and 2 full-length movies.
Is that a cable show?
I think it was. I'm not exactly sure. It's from Canada, and it's like based out of Nova Scotia, you know, in a trailer park called.
It's all on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching.
Oh,
I watched everything on Netflix.
I think I
yeah.
know what you're talking about.
It is so funny. It's just, it's addictive, you know. But if you're not paying attention, you know what I mean? It's just like, it sounds like a whole bunch of people yelling, dropping F-bombs constantly, and it's just like almost creates anxiety for me. So you have to be paying
Like
attention.
the podcast.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you gotta be listening and paying attention to the show, or it'll just be like, and just make you nervous.
So it's not a broadcast.
No, it's a total show.
It's
total
a
show.
It's a
podcast.
It's a pod.
It's a mockumentary.
It's a modcast, right?
It's like
Modcast.
It's a fake documentary, a mockumentary.
A mockumentary, like
You
you
want a
said.
podcast?
Mockcast. Yeah.
Mocking-gay-mentary.
That's an interesting.
So 10 weeks till Comic-Con now.
Comic-Con
Is it
is
10
coming.
weeks?
We're back
10
to our
weeks.
countdown. 10 weeks.
Down continues or
Here it
starts?
comes. And then Joel Hodgson at the Loft in 3 weeks for Mystery Science fans.
Sounds good though.
But Comic-Con in 10 weeks.
Is it May 23, 24,
It
25?
sure is.
Oh man. Did you already cover the events last?
Oh,
I'm just.
we're
curious.
still waiting for that catalog to come out.
Yeah.
This year's planner. It should be coming out
No,
like
the
any
program,
time
huh?
now. Yeah, the program, but
Well, yeah.
every time I check the site, it's like still the same old shit. I'm like, all right, come
okay.
on.
So.
Need to find out if our show got in the film festival or not.
Wow. That'd be cool.
Here's a paper.
Oh, thanks, Gene.
Oh, the new one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's funny because I read these on the bus.
Exactly. Because I know it might help you, a little material for your Call Me Crazy. It's just interesting.
Gene is all up here, buddy.
Oh, that's where the crazy comes from.
15 years of Call Me Crazy as of this month.
Wow.
15 years.
That's awesome. What are you gonna do for the anniversary?
Well, we wanted to do a barbecue with Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to do
I met Eddie. He's the guy that brought the blood spasm
Yeah, that's right.
to the TV
Yep.
show. I like Eddie a lot. He's awesome.
Was he in Blood Spasm?
No, he was just he brought this blood spasm box set down to the TV show and was talking about it, which it's awesome. Got to check it out if you haven't heard of Blood Spasm. Been around 25 years in Tucson. Punk band.
I've heard of him. Yeah, I just never really met him. I know Eddie because he comes down all the time to Marty's TV show.
Yeah. Old Bob Blood Spasm. He's a great guy.
Comic-Con stuff somewhere here.
Oh.
Cool.
Take
You're
it
gonna
out.
answer my question with a couple of, because I really am.
Answer your questions. What kind of questions do you
Well, I was just
have?
wondering what were the events going on at the Comic-Con.
Well, this is last year.
Yeah,
so
we
these
don't
are
know
things
yet.
that we could have done last year.
Well, I would kind of
But that's
be
almost a
curious.
good inkling of what's ahead for this year.
Pretty much, yeah.
I've been thinking about a lot about the games. I just want to play these weird games.
What do you
Well-
mean by games? What game?
Oh, well,
Like just
my ass is
games.
going to the
Oh,
Lego
you want to
room.
do gaming?
Ninja Burger.
Yeah, I want to play Ninja Burger for like an hour or two. You know?
I want to play with
Like
Legos
that.
at the Lego room for an
Munchkin
hour.
Ah,
Zombies.
yes.
Yeah, I want to check stuff out. You know? Come on, I'm gonna stay up all night and
But
play
look,
fucking Ninja
There's
Burger.
actually way more Munchkin than Munchkin Championship Finals, Munchkin Fantasy, Munchkin Firefly, Munchkin Quest, Munchkin Zombie.
Firefly. Yeah, that's right, Marty.
There's a lot of Munchkin.
A lot of Munchkin.
Come and play
you can easily spend
the homegrown,
a whole
custom-built
day
Munchkin
gaming.
game that plays under
Wonder what.
the much-loved and missed Firefly.
Oh, yeah.
Brought to you by Arizona MIB and Munchkin Mistress Cindy DeVault.
Wow, she sounds it.
There's a few Firefly things I noticed that were
There'll
going
probably
on
be
last
even
year.
more because they
'Cause-
got the person from Firefly being
Oh, is that right? Which one?
Kaylee.
Oh,
the-
she was my favorite.
Oh,
That's
she-
who's going to be there this year.
Kaylee,
She
was so
has
awesome,
been my
dude.
favorite.
She was awesome.
Mm-hmm. She looks better
Or that
now.
Baldwin guy. That Baldwin guy was really good.
Yeah, was it Billy?
Adam Baldwin.
Adam. Classic. You
Oh,
don't even think about that guy
I-
being a Baldwin when you.
No, he didn't. No, but you know
'Cause
what?
He was like the original Baldwin, or he's like one of the most successful.
uh-huh.
Definitely.
But what I liked about Malcolm Reynolds and his character, they had a love-hate relationship where he was willing to burn him for money, and Malcolm Reynolds was okay with that. He's like, I don't blame you for burning me for money. You know, it's a business, nothing personal.
That was an awesome. I really want to see that movie again, man. I don't have my glasses on. Hold, please hold. Where are my glasses? Oh, they're there. Can't find them because I don't have them on.
They got the different pricing for photo ops.
So,
With the cast.
so Walking Dead is
Yeah.
$50.
She's 40. But that's for take a
what's up
picture with
Farscape,
all of
dude?
them.
What's up with Farscape and Tron? Or
There's
these just ads?
there's 2 Farscape people there.
I
There's
love Farscape. You ever
3
see that
Tron
shit?
people there.
Right?
Mhm.
Walking Dead's the best.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all of that, at least.
I haven't seen season 3 yet.
Oh, and your guys' opinion. Yeah, everybody likes that show. Everybody likes that show.
It's the greatest TV show next to Big Bang Theory.
Farscape was awesome. Forget about it. Farscape.
That was a Jim Henson production.
It was, and it
Farscape.
was classic.
It was?
and you should enjoy it. And
They
watch
used
it
to show
again.
that on Sci-Fi Channel.
Every year that show was on. Here, check this out. They had Rockabilly 101. Whatever that's about. You would probably enjoy that, Steve.
No, actually, I played in a rockabilly band for 7 years, but I'm not really a big fan of rockabilly music. I'm a fan of playing music. That's kind of a weird thing. I'm a fan of touring and having fun.
Oh, that makes you an outcast, Steve.
Well, I must have hooked the microphones up correctly. 'Cause
Why?
Why do you say that for?
Well, no crackling.
I don't hear any
That's good.
whatsoever.
There's,
Maybe the ones in my brain, but
They listen to it back and it's all.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Hey,
Sounded fine to me.
are we staying in the Hyatt? We're staying in the
Hyatt.
Hyatt Regency.
Hyatt Regency,
That's
which
where
is
the
now sold out.
podcast room is. It is
Ah.
sold out now. Well, then we got our tickets just in time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Our reservations.
Really?
Podcasting every day of the freaking week. Podcasting
Wow.
shit, 10 weeks is gonna be here like nothing.
all day long,
Yeah.
like 10, like
I
like
really
12
gotta
hours
start
of
saving up,
podcasting
dude.
all day long, dude.
Well, yeah, there's a lot
So
of
basically,
podcasts.
they
I know.
Everybody got a
all the people that are
podcast.
covering-
Everybody and their grandmothers are doing
I don't know,
podcasts.
dude. At some
That's
point,
what it is.
at some point, we're going to be doing our podcast directly live from the podcast room
Awesome.
One day.
One
Bring
day,
the
yeah.
camera,
next
right?
year. I'm thinking next year.
Yeah,
Well, I'm bringing my
by
camera. I have a little
2014,
video
we should
camera,
be
and I
ready.
can get a
We'll be
nice
recording
video camera
3
for the
podcasts
thing if
up
you
there
want.
this year.
One
We'll
for
do
every
a-
day.
One for every
Very
day.
special
Yeah.
Fuck.
video.
Yeah. Because you know what I forgot to request the Monday after the Sunday off.
Oh yeah, you need that recoup day. We're leaving here on Friday morning, coming back Sunday afternoon.
Well, I'm taking Thursday off.
Yeah, I
I-
am too.
Because to get ready and then get in frame of mind, watch the comic book movie, read comic books, play with Legos, get in that time frame.
Yep.
Get in
yep.
that mind frame.
You know, Phil Lamar was there last year.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Lamar, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you who he is because nobody else knows. So, Phil Lamar, Google him.
Google.
You know who he is.
Timothy Zahn is going to be here this year, though.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this year for a little while.
Yeah,
now.
Timothy Zahn. He was
Save this for next
the
week.
the original reboot Star Wars writer, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he wrote those Star Wars novels.
What, back in '91?
Star
Mhm.
Wars novels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back with about Admiral Thrawn. Yeah, with the clone emperor, right? There was a emperor clone in there.
There should be a huge Star Wars thing this year, like panels all
Oh,
day
it
long.
should be a
dude.
better.
And pretty
Star
much
Wars
everybody's
versus Star
confirmed now
Trek.
for episode 7.
What does that
Who-
mean?
who are
Harrison
they?
Ford, Carrie Fisher,
What?
Mark Hamill are all going to be in it.
They're all going to be in it.
Yeah.
They're in their 60s and 70s. Why?
Why
How's
is
that
that
gonna
every
work,
podcast
dude?
I get like goosebumps?
We saved news for the podcast.
Disney can make magic miracles happen.
Oh,
That is frightening, dude.
Yeah.
Not that you could recast those
you know
people.
what? J.J. Abrams
Steve.
must have seen Phantom Menace maybe 20 times, and he's gonna make a movie. He's gonna make a movie how not to make it like Phantom Menace.
I liked aspects of Phantom Menace.
Certain aspects of these stand back and look at it when you squint.
Yeah, if you squint at
If you
it.
squint just right, and you plug your ears, and you like go to sleep for an hour and wake up right in the
Like
middle.
the
of
lighting.
this
The
special
lighting was
part.
amazing.
That's how I
It's
felt
so
about
great.
that second Sherlock movie. Oh, it was
I
so
didn't even know they made
bad.
a second
So awful.
It was just like
I
just
fell
action,
asleep
just-
and then I woke up and it seemed like it was in the same place.
Oh, that's bad.
Who was playing
That-
Sherlock?
That Robert Downey Jr.
He did play it.
Oh, it was awful.
Oh wow.
Game of Shadows.
Horrible.
Straight to DVD because I.
No, I went to the theaters.
First one was a lot better.
First one's a frickin' classic compared to that second one.
And oddly enough, part 3 is going to be coming out
Oh,
No.
hmm
Oh no.
next Christmas.
No.
awful.
I'm actually excited about Evil Dead. Though I'm a horror fan. I like Evil Dead. I
Well-
think this is gonna be cool.
Well,
They're
see,
redoing Evil
that
Dead, Bruce
remake
Campbell.
comes out like April 5th.
Oh, what remake?
Mm-hmm.
Evil Dead
Yeah,
remake.
you guys
yeah.
have not heard about this.
Is there a preview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trailer, how does it look?
I just saw it.
Gross.
Awesome. I saw it on Spike TV last night.
So it could go either way.
Yeah,
We'll
it could
see.
go
Yeah.
either way, but from what history has told us, the remake of Nightmare sucked. The
I never
remake
saw
of
that.
Friday sucked.
Oh, that was
Remake
awful.
Remake
of
of
Texas
Texas
Chainsaw
Chainsaw
was
sucked.
okay.
That was okay,
No,
but
04 one was okay.
Thank you. The first one
The
was
first
yeah,
one.
okay. Now
But
we're
that-
yeah, the
the-
04 one was good.
Uh-huh.
the
when he put
sequel
his
to the
leg in
remake
rock
Yeah, the
was
salt
sequel
not,
and
not
stuff.
very good.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, with Matthew McConaughey.
And I
it was
heard
absolutely
terrible.
Oh, you're
3D
talking about
was
4.
bad
that
too.
was terrible.
He's talking about Texas Chainsaw 4 with Renee
Uh,
Zellweger.
Oh, I
Yep.
thought that was the remake.
The Next Generation.
No, that's another.
No,
one.
I'm talking about with
They're
Matthew
all
McConaughey.
remakes.
He was in this.
He had those things on his legs.
Yeah, that's part 4.
Wow, really?
I have no idea what any of you guys are talking about.
Texas Chainsaw, like.
Yeah, I know.
There's about 8 of those.
Chainsaw Massacre, awesome.
One.
Well, the reboot
Well,
they
you
changed.
must have seen 2 with Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, come on, come on. Dennis Hopper
Well, it's on
comes back.
Blu-ray now. I'll have to
He-
subject you
okay,
to
he's
it if
Franklin's
I get it.
uncle, the kid in the wheelchair.
The kid in the
He
wheelchair.
comes back to avenge Franklin's name.
Spoiler.
He's
Spoiler.
got 2 chainsaws. He's got 2
Spoiler alert.
chainsaws, Gene.
The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they changed his name. They changed the family.
In the
style.
3D one, they just
Yeah, they-
redid the whole thing
They
again.
redid the story, and so
That was not the first time.
nope.
So,
So you know what? Screw this. I just want to see the new Star Wars film now.
You gotta wait for them to make it.
It's already out in Japan.
I'm looking at my notes trying to make sense of them.
What is that? Your Great American Songbook.
What is that? Wait a minute. There's more to it.
Podcast notes.
Podcast.
All right. Here's the thing. All right. Since he mentioned it, Ghost Rider. Who's better? Who's a better Ghost Rider, Blaze or Dan Ketch? Dan
Oh,
Ketch.
Blade.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. Marty.
Oh, I don't know enough.
I Johnny Blaze. I just like the whole idea of Johnny Blaze better.
Here's one. Who is the best Captain America?
Definitely not the Winter Soldier.
There were 3 incarnations.
Okay.
You don't like Winter Soldier?
I do. I just don't. No, I like. the
That's
fact that they
Bucky.
gave him
That's
a
the
chance.
original Bucky.
Yeah, exactly. And he actually, they're.
What the heck, Ray?
Look, yeah, he's supporting the original.
He cut up an old comic to make a wallet out of it.
I don't know. Actually, I don't really hate on any of them. I like all 3. Like Captain America, I love Avengers, so I love Captain America. But I do like the Winter Soldier one least.
Should I turn into a vigilante?
Next
What do you
year, I
guys
like
think, dude? I've been thinking about just going out there and fighting crime in my
There's,
spare time.
Like Kick-Ass.
Like just hanging
Did
out
you-
downtown. Look
There's
you see
people
Jim
that
Carrey?
really do
He's
that in
trouble.
Seattle.
Did you see Jim Carrey in Kick-Ass 2?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Me, you, and Flem.
Yeah.
We could be totally fucking taken down, bringing justice to downtown,
Yeah.
dude.
Like George St. Pierre is this really amazing UFC fighter, right? And they interviewed him, or he's like, well, basically, I just wanted to be like Spider-Man. And this is why I became fighter.
This question for Gene. Who's better, East Coast Avengers or West Coast Avengers?
Obviously, East Coast, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, West Coast
Old school.
Avengers has. I mean, I have a bunch of them. But
Those are just wannabe Avengers, man.
yeah,
They're
they-
just like,
those were guests. Those were.
But
Avengers
but
of
West
There's-
Coast has Iron Man though.
huh?
Yeah, Iron Man was like.
He's Malibu, so
He's that's because
He
he had
moved
a
to
summer
Malibu?
home. He had a
What?
summer home in Malibu, so it was easy
About
to be on the
Midwest
West Coast
Avengers.
You are in the middle.
At the same time, he had a summer
The
home.
Bible Belt Avengers.
The Southwest
The
Avengers.
Southwest Avengers, yeah.
Who,
Bunch of cholos.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, rocking like metal.
who wasn't in the Avengers, though? At some time.
Superman.
Batman, Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
but every Marvel
The
Flair.
character,
Flash,
Ric Flair was never
Aquaman.
officially in the
Hawkman.
Avengers.
Ric Flair was never a member of the
Hawkman,
Avengers.
Cyborg,
Was
yeah.
Jerry the King
Archangel
Lawler?
ever in the Avengers?
The Joker was never.
No,
never.
come on, was
Mm-mm.
Archangel ever in the Avengers?
No, I don't.
Silver
I don't
Surfer
think
ever
a
in
lot of
Avengers?
mutants are really. Mutants more X-Men, but
but Wolverine
there's probably
was
a mutant or two in the Avengers.
well, Wolverine was an Avenger one time.
Really?
So
Uh-huh.
was.
Punisher was an Avenger at one
Hey,
time.
mutants. We're talking mutants. Magneto's children were two of the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Quicksilver
Oh yeah.
and Scarlet Witch.
That's right.
What do you guys think of the Sentinel?
There's a
Do you
few
guys
of
like the
them
Sentinel?
sprinkled in there.
Mm.
Or Alpha Flight.
And I believe Beast was an Avenger for a while.
Really?
You name it.
Yes, he
No,
was.
you get bored and you just join the Avengers.
Because
for
you
a
got
while.
me.
You got a
me
couple
the
off
80s
the
Avenger
show.
book.
Wasn't
remember?
he in the
Kicking it? You ain't got nothing
Defenders
going?
though?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, the Defenders.
Just recently,
Shield.
Thing,
And then
Thing,
the
Avengers,
Invaders.
New Avengers.
The Invaders.
Number 1 comes back with the Thing, and that was out of nowhere.
How about that Fantastic Four reboot for next summer?
Is that like something related to the old movies? Or are you talking about?
I thought it was just going to be part 3.
This is
No,
the year.
it's a
This
reboot
is the
because Chris
year
Evans is Captain America,
They
so they're
actually
going to
got a
start
good
scratch.
Fantastic
That I get
But
the
I
Roger,
thought they were just
the
going to
Roger
recast
Corman
him and bring
Fantastic
everybody
Four.
else
No,
back.
I read that
This
there-
is the year
everybody
I'm gonna buy
knew.
that one, dude. Wow.
Is it any good? Is it any better than the first Captain America movie?
It's probably the worst as far as it was never officially released. I don't know. You could probably tell us more about that, Marty.
Oh, the one with the CBS movie pilot.
Oh.
right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, no.
We're
We're
talking about two different things.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the real Captain America.
There's a
movie.
Captain America TV movies from the late 70s, and there was a
80s.
a 1988
88,
Captain
yeah.
America movie. It's just horrible.
That one-
with the set in a diner.
Nope.
Is
They're
that
in a
the one where
diner?
he traveled around in a van
It's just
and he had the
horrible.
motorcycle in the
It's
back?
horrible.
Yeah, and then Red Skull looked
Red
off.
Skull's Island or something like that in the end.
I
That's
want to
all
see
horrible.
all that stuff now. I just really want to see it now.
What the Loft should do, bring an Incredible Hulk TV show,
watched every minute.
Captain America, Spider-Man
I
TV
watch
show,
bad movies all the time on Marty's television show.
all
man.
the old comic book shows.
Yeah, like the first Punisher. How many? Like,
Well,
Dolph
they're putting a
Lundgren.
lot of that on DVD now.
Oh, that first Punisher, that's right, with Dolph Lundgren.
You forget how many they've made recently.
And there was that
They've made-
Fantastic Four movie from the 80s that never came out.
It never
that
came out, but I did
supposedly
see,
horrible.
we did manage to see 30 Seconds one day. Remember, Marty? We rented that movie from Duke Video.
Oh, it had a trailer?
Remember? And we all, that's a piece of shit looking thing, man.
The Roger Corman one looks really good.
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, that's the one?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was reading about that in the 90s in Wizard Magazine
Yeah.
or Toy Fair, one of the two. As though it were a new thing that was going to come out any time now. And it looked really good. I mean, Doctor Doom looked like Doctor Doom,
Really?
as opposed to whatever the fuck they did with him in the fucking Fantastic Four movie where he was all slick. The coolest thing was, like, they made 2 of those movies, right?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
When he was Silver Surfer Doom.
Oh,
That was kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just the idea that he would steal that power from a surfer. Because that's the kind of guy Doom is. He's just looking for power.
You know
And a
what? I
quick
want
way
to
to get it.
I want to read that comic book again when Spider-Man took the board from Silver Surfer for a couple of
What?
days.
Oh, and Spider-Man had the power
What?
cosmic for a little
Uh-huh.
bit.
Cosmic Spider-Man, he
That's
was
not
Silver
true.
Surfer.
You're
Yeah,
making
Cosmic
stuff
Spider-Man.
up,
That
dude.
was like mid-90s.
Uh-huh.
You're
About the
just
time we
making
were in the alleyway, that was
What?
going
I
on.
remember reading
Yeah.
it, and I was like, this is
What?
fucking bad.
No.
He had the board and
That
everything.
never happened.
Yeah, I did.
I'm looking it up.
There's
I
that
wanna
one
read
where
it.
he kicks Hulk's
Look it up.
ass.
Yes.
If you
He
start
knocks
looking
the
up
Hulk
stuff,
into orbit.
If you're really good looking up
Yeah.
stuff, you could be our Ming, dude.
He fought the Hulk and kicked his ass.
I'm not a technical guy. See, my battery's
Ming
already low.
Chen.
That tells you that I'm probably bad. You know, like
Bad.
low battery.
You're not going to be a good technical guy because your batteries get low.
What am I looking up again?
Well, see, that's another reason you're not a good technical guy.
You remember the Incredible Hulk movie with Bill Bixby that had
Cosmic
Thor?
Spider-Man.
Yeah. There was another one that had Daredevil.
And another one
What?
with Daredevil.
What? What are you guys talking about now? You guys are just being crazy, dude.
Yeah, it came out like late 80s.
What
Maybe
did?
87.
It was called The Incredible Hulk Returns or
Uh-huh.
something like that. And
A
it had
television
Thor in
show?
it. The TV movie with Bill Bixby.
And they had
And
Thor,
Daredevil?
and then another one had
Well, they
Daredevil.
made another one with Daredevil.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a third one called, what is it? The Trial of the Incredible Hulk? Or
I
the
saw that. I remember
That's the
that.
third one. Yeah.
But there's no other hero.
Or maybe it's the Death of the Incredible Hulk. Maybe the Trial is the one with Daredevil.
No, you think that would be the Daredevil one because he's a lawyer.
Yeah, I think that is that one.
So who played Daredevil in that?
I don't know.
Ben
A no-name
Affleck,
actor, I
very
guess.
young
No,
Ben
it was not
Affleck.
Ben Affleck. I know that.
He's like about
Ben
8.
Affleck must have been 14 at the time.
He did a damn good job of it, though.
No, he did
sold it.
not.
He sold it. Best.
I used to love
superhero-
that movie, but I've seen it too many times that it could have been done better.
No, obviously it could have done, but his acting, who could have sold that role? That was really well done. It's real. The idea of Daredevil and what he is, I don't see how that translates that well on film. But I thought it was pretty good.
I do
Well-
think that movie's pretty underrated. I own it myself. I do think it's underrated compared
Elektra
to
is horrible.
I fucking love Elektra.
I love watching her and her big ass and the red tight skin suit. But other than that, it's a horrible movie.
How about when she spreads out the bananas on the fucking table and she's like, she knows where all her fucking bananas are at all times. There's never a question where the bananas are. They're over there. And she knows exactly how many she has
Well-
at all times. She's a ninja. Don't you get it?
Out of all the
Good
fighting
Lord. You
scene-
call that a bad movie?
Oh, it's horrible. They suddenly have magic powers and
Oh,
shit
they
that came out of
always-
nowhere.
They always had the magic powers.
No, you know what's
It's like
don't
it was
get it.
dropped in,
That's
you know.
ninja magic. That's
You
ninja
compare that to
magic. Yeah,
Daredevil, and it's like, where was that stuff in that movie? Yeah.
that should have been like a 3-hour movie. That should have been 3 or 4
I thought that
hour
Catwoman
movie,
movie
my
was
friends.
better.
Elektra's a classic
Well, see, we're gonna have
compared
to
to.
agree to disagree on that, Marty.
What I like is Spider Woman. The
Got pretty heated for a second.
They have yet to
comic
make a
motion-
Spider Woman
the
movie.
They'll
It's
never
the
make a
comic
Spider
motion.
Woman.
No,
They'll
no,
never
it's
be.
the comic
You never
motion
know.
thing.
They
You know,
start
the
running
action
out of
comic-
stuff to make.
I know, but
You know what I'm
look,
talking
Wonder
about,
Woman's
though?
been bouncing around for years and years.
But that's
and-
DC.
Have you guys seen it, though?
Marvel,
Have you
they're making
seen-
everything.
Oh well, yeah.
Have you guys seen the motion comic
No.
thing? It's Spider Woman.
I got a couple of Batman ones of those digital comics. Those are pretty good.
I actually have the actual comic books and then the thing. I think they should make a movie of that. I think it'd do better.
Because I thought the Watchmen digital episode was better than the movie.
Oh yeah.
I love that. That was amazing.
The motion comic is exactly like
How it was
the
in the old-
paperback.
Uh-huh.
Paperback.
It's just a little funny when he's doing the female voices.
Oh yeah, that's
funny
right.
thing. He's
Because there's
doing the
two
girls.
people doing all
Have
the
you ever
voices.
seen the
I
extra
forgot about
parts?
that.
Like they have an extra story about Tales of the
Yeah, I watched the
pirates,
extended version of the movie.
the Black Freighter, and they have what's the other one? The book that guy wrote, Under the Hood. There's like two different Under the Hood with that one guy who wrote that book from the movie. Come on, Under the Hood with. Come on, Marty, help me.
I only saw it once.
I don't know.
Anyway, there's these other two companion video,
Oh,
films that
I
go
got
with
it. Got it.
And it's pretty cool.
Did you guys see that Dark Knight Returns Part 1 DVD?
I haven't seen any of that. No, is it good shit?
Yeah. Waiting on Part 2.
I haven't even seen the Christian Bale number 3.
No, you haven't?
No, how is it?
Oh, I've seen it like 24 times.
Really?
Yeah.
I just now saw, number 2 a ton of times.
Oh.
I only saw number 2, in the theaters.
It's not
twice.
as good as 2,
Yeah.
but it has its moments.
Wow.
It's not as dark.
That
It's
was
wrapping things up though.
That was my only.
That was
complaint
that new
about the whole
Spider-Man
is it just-
movie.
It's not like Tim Burton did a really good job capturing this dark visual of Gotham City, and
The first Tim Burton and the
Yeah,
Dark Knight
first.
are the two best Batman films.
my sentiments exactly. Yeah.
Ooh. So Ric Flair's back, and he's totally endorsing The Miz. It's great, man. It's great.
That's perfect. That's perfect because the Miz is like a young, now today 21st century young Ric Flair in a weird way. I could see that very well, very easy. The cocky confidence and all that. So what else? Tell us more.
About what?
Ric Flair and the
All
Miz.
about Ric Flair and The Miz.
Their relationship.
Ric Flair is The Miz's new mentor, and he's so now The Miz has been winning lots of matches with the Figure Four.
Tag team thing or anytime soon?
Nah, I don't see that necessarily happening, but who knows?
Yeah,
WrestleMania is right around the corner.
that's what I'm saying.
It's the road to WrestleMania as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember the first WrestleMania where it had William the Refrigerator Perry.
Oh,
That was
God.
WrestleMania
From
2. That
Chicago.
was WrestleMania 2.
That
And
was
he was in the Royal Rumble too.
He was.
Oh,
Royal
yeah.
Rumble? Which Royal Rumble is that?
He was in a battle royal,
Yeah.
battle royale.
uh-huh.
WrestleMania 2 with Andre the Giant and like a bunch of football stars.
But yeah, I mean,
And a bunch of other wrestlers.
Yeah,
Football
like-
stars and wrestlers.
that you couldn't get away with that now.
I remember watching that. Yeah.
Yeah, can you see Tom Brady in the WWE?
No.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. There's. But
Well, they'll never
You
be
broke-
as
You
popular
broke Tom
as
Brady's
team
thick asshole.
as that was the whole Chicago Bears being super popular.
Oh
dude.
hell yeah!
That's where that came from.
that was the 80s.
Because Vince McMahon knows how to make money.
Yes, he does.
You gotta
Remember when he had
respect
the XFL?
Yeah.
Extreme-
I watched every episode.
I watched all the games. And
So did I.
The game sucked. I was just looking at the cheerleaders.
It was enjoyable. It was different. It
It
was
was
like
different. I watched it.
It didn't succeed,
Mm-mm.
but I'm sure he wrote it off.
Mm-hmm.
You don't always everything you do doesn't make money, but if you know.
But funny though, some people lose money and they still make money when they lose money, and that's the American dream.
I'm tired of being poor. I don't know. I just want to start making money and do things, man. I got like 2 or 3 other podcast ideas that I'm trying to get together.
Bounce around.
man.
Yep.
I got my friend Sarah. She's a big fan of our podcast. I'm thinking of doing something with her because we both have like weird experiences, like paranormal things. We could talk for hours about that shit.
Paranormal.
Plus, and then I was like, hey, you could be my Robin, right? And I meant Robin Quivers. And she thought I meant like Batman and Robin. But either way, it works, right?
I guess. Yeah.
But the new Robin's a girl though in the Batman now.
Oh, wow. See, that totally. Wow, I did not know that.
Trifecta going on now.
And it's not Bruce Wayne anymore. It's Dick Grayson, the new Batman.
And then me and Steve are going to start trying to do some sort of video podcast of
A Tucson do-it-yourself kind of thing. Sports, arts, any kind of entertainment, music, of course, and just basically anybody who is not making a lot of money and not being represented in town, whether a skateboarder, roller derby, an artist who works with metal. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to try to find you like the A-Team, or you're going to try to find us,
Very
Yeah,
nice.
one of those 2 angles. We're not sure which one. Or we're going to try and find you, or you're going to try and find us. Better you try and find us, because it's too hard to try and find you.
Our Fortress of Solitude is going to be based on a mountain, of course. It's going to be like an A-Team kind of thing.
Yeah, we're going to make a video up there on
the
top of
A
or
Mountain
something.
team.
Yeah.
Dang.
There you go.
It's a real DIY, thing. And,
You guys should be a part of that somehow if you got the time.
we love.
Because we're gonna have this band. So I keep touching Steve-O's hair. I don't know what's going on here.
My hair's
Yeah,
really
you can't see that at home.
No.
My-
You also can't hear when we nod our heads. Yes.
right, and like,
Exactly.
so it's just anticlimactic sometimes. That's why he keeps watching the frequency level, right?
What's
I'll
the frequency?
make sure it doesn't
Can't-
flip out.
Anyway, so yeah, our podcast.
That song's almost 20 years old.
I was
Jeez.
hearing like I was listening to our podcast over at Sarah's, and I always kind of think, maybe what I'm doing isn't that great, But then I hear Sarah just like laughing and enjoying our stuff, so I figure must be doing
There you
something.
go.
Well,
right.
Gene, I want to hear something funny.
Yeah, I like-
Every time I listen to the podcast, I'm talking back to the speaker. I'm conversing with you guys. I'm like listening. They're like, no shit, huh, Gene? And I'm like, there's nobody in the room. I'm talking to you guys.
That's fun, Ray. That's fun.
It is fun.
Try it all wearing the headsets and see what that does. It'd be weird. It'd be weird.
Podcast remix. We just insert Ray's comments.
The podcast wrap up with Ray.
Yeah. There you go. What did we talk about on the podcast today? Well,
I can get text you guys what we guys talked about.
Did we talk about the DRI show?
No, you guys know DRI, right?
oh, of course.
Dirty, rotten imbeciles.
They're doing their farewell tour.
Yeah,
probably,
they are.
30 years. 30 years.
And fucking Steve-O's new band.
We
You're gonna open up for them?
No, already did last Saturday.
Oh, nice, dude.
No, last
Nice,
Monday.
nice,
the
nice.
week- Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Nice.
They
It's
played
usually
at the
Saturday
Rock.
night that the
Yeah,
shows
but
happen. But
They're on tour, so they had to stop where they are, you know?
and they're playing the
Very cool.
the bowling alley, the bowling thing in Vegas at the same time as ComiCon as well.
So they're still on the road. Yeah, they're gonna milk this shit. Mickey said they were disappointing.
And I
Steve,
had a great time. I spent an hour and a half in the pit, you know, and I don't do that, but maybe once every 9 years, you know, when it's a good enough show. So that tells you something. From at least I had a good time.
yeah, nobody told me about this show. Mickey kind of mentioned he was going there.
You remember when Robert interviewed
Oh
Spike
yeah,
from
yeah.
DRI?
And the lost footage.
Well,
Bill
the
Amick.
Lost Master.
Bill Amick. Great show, guys.
Bill, where's that DRI tape?
Yo, Bill, you got that tape?
We know you're listening.
When Big Brother starts up, we might have to do just a separate Big Brother podcast because we might lose our core audience.
Our core audience has got to watch Big Brother if they want to keep
They
up
wanna
with us.
either join us, right? Join us or get off the fucking
Yeah,
boat,
a
man.
couple months of the year, we're going to talk about Big Brother.
Probably about 4 months out of the year. 4 months. 'Cause I'll
And
be
the rest
talking
of the
about
time,
a
we're counting
solid-
down to Comic-Con.
Solid.
The one in town or the one in Phoenix?
That's right. 10 weeks.
Until the day we go back to Coachella, we'll do the countdown for that day.
Yeah. Coachella countdown.
2042. Going to Coachella. It's going to happen this year,
Yeah, there's a
folks.
50-year reunion of Alice in Chains.
we're all 70 years old.
74, 73 years old. But you know what? I take that back. Willie Nelson's 81 years old, and he's still touring and smoking weed. So.
He really is 81.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Like William Shatner's that old. We saw him last year.
William Shatner's 81, and he's still doing commercials and writing books and shit.
And getting roasted. And,
He's still touring.
It-
William
he-
Shatner. I just heard
Yeah.
somewhere he was doing something like this weekend or something.
You
really
act how you
sad.
feel. You know what I mean?
Huh?
If you're 80 years old, I once read a story where a man who was 98 years old he was a lawyer, and to the day he died, he was 98 years old and he worked 10-hour days.
wow. And, they say statistically, people who retire before 65 live less. They don't live as long. But if you work longer, till you're
And you
70
get
or
your
something,
mind-
your mind, exactly, say, you're not computer literate, and then you teach yourself to use a computer in your 70s, you'll go on into your 80s and 90s more
I
likely.
mean, you just got to keep busy, man.
Yeah, hell
Otherwise, the mind active. Yeah, I mean, I'm going through that with my grandmother right now. She's 89 years old. She just had her 89th birthday.
Wow.
And,
That's why people need to read and do puzzles, get that brain working, man.
Yep.
Because if you don't do that in your young age, by the time you're 60s, 70s, it's pretty much kaput,
yeah.
you know?
I was reading this. I was doing some laundry the other day, something I haven't done, went to a laundromat and done laundry in years. Just because I was, Marty's not around, and I'm going crazy. I'm going, I got to do something.
I was in the same boat.
Routine's messed up.
My routine was fucked up.
So I'm there, and I read they had this paper that's just for like the outlying areas, Oro Valley and
Oh,
all these, Red Rock and shit like that. And I'm looking, and there's what do you call it, the classifieds, and there's an ad for like somebody selling a TV 8-track turntable combo for like $50. And I was just like, wow, if I had $50,
and a truck.
a truck?
Yeah, how are you gonna bring that
Oh
home?
yeah, you would need a truck, dude, obviously, but at $50, I was just thinking
Because those
where
are
do
the big consoles, right?
yeah, where you with an 8-track?
Yeah,
with an 8-track.
Oh, one of
built
those
in.
big ass
My dad had one.
80s,
With a TV.
70s.
There was
It
a
had
TV as well.
The TV.
It was the full sounded like
I would
the
have bought
full
that for my
deal.
new pad. I'd be like,
$50, dude. That's what I'm just saying. Like, so I've been reading a lot of papers.
that's good,
It's
Gene.
just interesting to read the classifieds and just different papers. Like I picked up a couple. If you want, I have an extra Dandy Dime in there.
We're gonna do the room cast when Robert comes back to town.
And we're bringing Duncan.
Yeah,
When
the
Robert
band will
comes
get back together, but they're not gonna do any songs. They're just gonna sit around and talk about the band.
And
It's
reminisce.
room cast.
Sounds a lot like a lot of our practices. lately.
Reminisce.
Ruminous.
We're not
Reminisce.
actually gonna
Ruminissing.
practice. We're going to sit here and
Reminiscing.
talk
That's
about
the name of the
practicing.
album, Ruminissing.
point.
Spoken word album.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. No instruments or nothing.
What do you guys think about the new Psycho series on AMC?
Psych.
Or
Oh, it's the
whatever?
prequel thing, huh?
I remember when there was a movie called Bates Motel in the late 80s
Yeah,
made for
Bates Motel.
NBC.
Really?
Oh, well, it's a reboot of that.
So
No, it's like a reboot of Psycho 4, that prequel.
Let's,
It's him when he's
Oh.
young and
we're gonna have to set aside.
They made a TV show out of it.
You haven't heard of this?
I haven't heard a lot.
think
of
it's an
things,
AMC
man. I'm
thing.
old,
I'm
and
kind
I've
of on
been
the
out
horror
of.
side, because I like Evil Dead, Bates.
You haven't heard his new podcast yet, or he'd know all this.
Oh yeah, my new podcast. That's gonna
On
be.
your new iPod.
It's gonna be exciting, man.
Well, and with that, I'd say that was a good comeback episode.
Thanks for having me.
Or
with
maybe
you
the first
guys.
one you've ever heard if you're one of our new iTunes listeners. Spread the word. GMR Podcast with S
That's
this week.
whether your name.
And I was glad to be back.
And we'll be back with number 9
Gene,
next
Number
week.
9.
it's Gene,
Yeah.
Number 9.
Marty,
Yes.
and Ray.
Number
Yeah, we don't
9.
identify ourselves usually. We just start talking.
Yeah,
Number
no one
9.
knows who we are. This is Gene Mott.
Number
this
9.
Is Marty Gatola, Ray Daniels,
Number 9.
and Steve-O
Howl.
Howell. Week 8.